what is our ritual every Christmas time? What do we do?
Watch movies.
We
Christmas
watch
movies.
Christmas movies, and we have a rotation that we always watch. Some of them twice.
We do.
And it's our thing.
Yeah,
right?
we do it Christmas Eve and Christmas week leading up to Christmas.
I look hugely forward to this every year because it makes us laugh. Again,
we laugh.
It's like an annual ritual that everything's going to be okay.
Yeah.
Right?
We hole up and we just watch our movies.
So what we do in sports is we rank. Obviously, Jordan's way better than LeBron ever thought about me, right?
I know. Jordan's part of our family. I know.
Yes, I'm wearing my Jordans now.
Stepbrother.
Let's rank our top 5 Christmas movies because I'm not sure yours are even close to mine.
Well, we do watch Die Hard every year.
Okay, well, that's going to come up. But is that in your top 5?
No.
No?
No.
Okay.
That's not my top 5 Christmas movie.
Die Hard not be your top 1?
I'm a different person than you in our interests, right? You like sports. I'm not a sports person. I like old movies. You're not a big old movie. She likes old. No, I do. So my number 1 movie would be White Christmas.
White Christmas?
White Christmas,
that's a song.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm dreaming of a White Christmas. That's where the song came from.
Oh.
Okay, so the movie, it's Bing Crosby, it's Danny Kaye, it's Rosemary Clooney.
From the 40s?
Yeah, it's from the 40s. Yeah, it's a classic. I even have a sweatshirt. White Christmas
it's funny
sweatshirt.
To me about her. I'm 10 years older than she is.
Yeah.
But her soul is at least 20 years older than I am.
Oh,
am I right?
My mother always said that I was an old soul.
You are
and
a
even
very
when I was
old soul.
12 years old, I loved 1940s movies.
Well, I must admit, I've never watched White Christmas with you, and maybe I owe you that.
No,
maybe I should
you won't get into it, and then it'll ruin me watching White Christmas because you'll be like, they're going to break out singing and in the middle of talking. And yes, I love musicals. I love Broadway.
Would I fall asleep?
No, you'd be looking at the stats of some game that's going on.
I'd be watching a game on my phone.
Right, exactly. So that's my number 1.
All right, number
Christmas.
2.
Holiday Inn. Holiday Inn.
About the
Fred
motel?
Astaire.
Oh.
No, that's where they named it Holiday Inn after the movie.
Here we go with the old movies.
These are Irving Berlin. These are classics. Fred Astaire, Bing Crosby.
How do you know these movies?
Because they're part of Americana. I mean, I don't know where... I didn't create them. These are classics.
Nobody watching right now has ever heard of Holiday Inn.
They have. They'll write in and they'll say, you don't know good movies.
You rock.
Holiday Inn. So it's White Christmas, Holiday Inn. My third one is, don't fall off the seat, Christmas in Connecticut.
I spent some Christmases in Connecticut, in Bristol, Connecticut.
Yeah, you lived enough in Bristol, Connecticut.
Yeah.
Barbara Stanwyck.
Okay.
Okay.
I
Who is the
like
most
Barbara Stanwyck.
Beautiful woman.
I don't think she was very sexy, but that's a whole other
That's your
issue.
opinion. But she was great in this movie.
Okay.
So it's White Christmas, Holiday Inn, Christmas in Connecticut.
Okay.
Okay.
Top 3 are old soul movies that I have no feel for whatsoever. Not watched a minute of any of those 3.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Then I come to there's a fork in the road because I have to decide. I do like Christmas with the Cranks, and I do like that one with Danny DeVito, and I can't think of the name of it when he says to Matthew Broderick.
You got to do your homework if you're going to do a show.
You know, when Matthew Broderick, he puts all the Christmas lights on his house, and Matthew Broderick is his neighbor,
funny.
And he says, "How many lights do you need?"
But those are just silly. Those don't qualify as top 5.
I need them to see the lights from outer space. Okay, I like that movie.
Was funny.
Okay, my number 4 would be The Griswold Christmas.
Okay.
Chevy Chase.
Wait, I thought you did Cranks and the Danny DeVito.
No, those are just sidebars.
Oh, so they didn't qualify.
No.
Okay.
No, I do like them.
Christmas Vacation.
Christmas Vacation.
Okay, I'll buy that.
Okay. And then my last one would be, I would have to say, the 1938 Scrooge.
Okay, thank you. Because that's, okay.
So I threw one, there's one modern.
Yeah.
1980, whatever it was, and the rest are old.
Yeah, it's 1990, I think, was Christmas
Vacation. Those are mine.
Right, in that ballpark. Okay, now we go back to reality.
Oh, yeah, right. And yes, you'll be going back to the world of your reality.
But I do start with the old one that you finished with.
Okay.
Because the 1938 A Christmas Carol, Charles Dickens,
Yeah.
Ebenezer Scrooge,
Yeah.
Bob Cratchit,
Yeah.
is the best. It's the best Christmas moral story.
Yeah.
There's a moral to this story.
it's great.
And I identify because I think I have a lot of Scrooge in me.
Oh, you definitely do.
Okay?
Yeah.
So I relate to the ghost of Christmas past,
And you also are
present,
Bob
and
Cratchit
future.
because you never stop working.
Okay, but I'm better than Bob Cratchit.
No, you're a
he
better
wasn't
person
very
than
smart.
Bob.
No, he's a good person.
But he doesn't stop working.
And obviously there's Tiny Tim. I
Right.
don't have a Tiny Tim. I got
We
a
have a
Tiny
Tiny
Hazel.
Hazel. Tiny
Hi,
Hazel.
Hazel. Say hello. God bless us,
God bless
everyone.
us, everyone.
Thank you.
But it's a good movie,
That's
and
very
actually,
sweet.
I did see this morning on the Today Show. I think it was
Yeah.
Today or GMA.
Yeah.
That they were ranking the scariest Christmas movies, and that's one of the top scariest.
Well,
Christmas
it's scary
movies.
because of the Ghost of Christmas
Ghost,
Past
yeah.
and the horrors that he sees that his life became. And
Yeah.
sometimes I think I need somebody to take me
Flying
on
above.
blast through the past
Right.
to say, ooh, look at that.
Yeah.
Look at that. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
My number 2, and it's close to number 1, it's Die Hard because it is a Christmas movie and it is a great Christmas movie. For those who don't know, it is Bruce Willis. No, it's okay. It's okay.
Bruce Willis
at his greatest. He is at
besides
his
Moonlighting,
studdest.
which I love.
Well, he was doing Moonlighting
doing-
at this point.
Yeah.
But he looks the part. He
Yeah,
acts the
he's
part.
great.
He outwits. He out-toughs. He outshoots. Hans Gruber, one of the great, I think he's the greatest movie villain, Alan Rickman, one of the greatest
Great
movie
actor.
villains ever. And he has 13 assailants. You know, people think they're terrorists, but they're thieves. Is all they are.
Right.
Well, it's 1 on 14, and Bruce starts out barefooted. And he does have his police revolver, but then he gets a ho ho ho. I have a machine gun now, right? And then here we go.
Well, this is the one that
I know
you
every
recite
line.
every word. Every word. It's really
such a
hard
great
to
movie.
watch it when he's reciting every word.
Her sister called the other night, and it was time for us to go to bed. And she said, "I'm watching Die Hard on MTV," and we're like, "MTV?"
So we put it on, but it had commercials.
But it had commercials, but we're like riveted, and we can't stop watching it to go to bed.
Then he started filling in what they were saying.
And she said, "Okay, I'm out."
I had enough.
We've watched it 4,569 times, and we're about to go up to 71 times because we will watch it twice before Christmas, right?
And because we live near where they filmed
you can look out our window.
He purposely drives by to see the building that they filmed.
You can see Nakatomi Plaza from our window of our place here on the west side of Los Angeles.
That's true.
Okay, 3 for me, even though it can be a little sappy, is Home Alone. And it's the best of the John Hughes, and we're about to get to another big John Hughes. But the point is that Kevin versus the Wet Bandits, and now we're getting to the point where we kind of fast forward to the Wet Bandits because Pesci and Daniel Stern are. He's funny.
Incredible. He's incredible.
When he gets his hair lit on fire,
it's too funny. It's just too funny.
It's cartoonish violence, but it's funny.
It is. It's very funny,
and it has big, great heart to it.
Is that the one with the Home Alone corner, or is that the next one?
No, that's in New York.
That's the Plaza.
That's the next one. She loves New York. She's from there.
Right.
So that's the second one, Home Alone 2. Okay. Then my number 4 on the list is another John Hughes special because it's Christmas Vacation, which also made your list. Because if you want funny for us,
my God.
If you want the saucer sled scene where he puts the cooking lubricant that is supposed to be 500 times slipperier than the usual in your kitchen, and he puts it on his saucer sled and goes he goes through the trees, and then he goes through the snowbank and through the, I think it's an outhouse.
Yeah, it's like,
And then he goes all the way across a 6-lane highway, and then he crashes in the parking lot of a Walmart. And it's funny.
What about the turkey scene when they overcook the turkey?
We could talk the rest of the day about this, but the all-time scene for her is the squirrel scene because she loves squirrels. In our complex, we're in a gated community, and she has little pet squirrels. She would like to have one in-house, like to bring one in-house.
My sister's friend has one.
She has a pet squirrel, and it works, right?
Yeah, his name is Chip.
But this squirrel gets in their Christmas tree, and then madness ensues. And every time we watch it, it is hilarious to me. It's hard to make me laugh out loud, but this makes me laugh out loud.
The same
and when they all go running up the stairs, and the squirrel is on Chevy Chase's back,
oh my God!
Then you got me, Clark Griswold. It's very good, and it's even better because it has the Christmas heart at the center of it than the first Vacation, and then the European Vacation and all that. And number 5, and you and I have not watched this carefully, but I thought hard about this because this is a favorite of mine from childhood. Miracle on 34th Street,
Oh, I do
because
like
it's
that.
Macy's
No,
and
it's
it's
Macy's.
New York City
I mean,
and it's
Macy's
Kris
and Santa
Kringle.
and Natalie Wood.
And Natalie Wood is the little
She's 5
girl
years old.
who was about to become a superstar, and she was hot and sexy
she was
and
beautiful. Yeah, she was beautiful.
She met a bad end out here off the coast, but
Yeah.
and nobody knows exactly how that
No.
transpired. But the point was that was her breakthrough
Oh,
role.
that's a great movie.
And they questioned the veracity of Kris Kringle
Kris
being
Kringle.
actually Santa
Yeah.
Claus, and they go to court
Yeah,
to
they
prove
take him to
that there
court.
is a Santa Claus, and
Yeah.
it's really good. And by the way, it got nominated for 3 Oscars,
Oh.
and it was nominated for Best Picture
Wow.
in that year of,
Like
I'm not
40,
sure what year,
it has to be like
47. So
yeah.
here I go, old movies
Yeah.
again. But that one, if you haven't watched that,
It's
and it
it's
lost to Gentleman's Agreement. Do you remember Gregory Peck?
Oh yeah.
And it's about he posed as a Jewish person in New York City to prove how
Yes.
bad the
Yes,
anti-Semitism
I remember
was.
that.
So it's hard to beat that
No.
with a Christmas
Yeah,
movie,
it's a little tough.
but it did finish second to
those
that.
are. I mean, and there's
that's my
100
top
more.
5,
Yeah, there
and
are so many more,
I think I just obliterated your top 5, but that's okay. It's okay.
Mine will still continue
And by
to
the
live
way,
on.
we agree on these 2 not being on our list. It's a Wonderful Life,
Yeah,
because
that's a
it's
good
just
Jimmy
sappy,
Stewart.
sentimental. It's actually a rip-off of the Scrooge theme. It's
A
like
little bit,
they
because
took
he
the
takes
Charles
he
Dickens
takes them
theme,
back through his life to see.
right? And
Yeah.
and it's a little bit second rate to me. And I've tried to watch
I like
it, and I
Jimmy
can't finish
Stewart.
it.
I do
Well, how
like
can you not?
And Donna Reed.
And
was in
then
it.
my family, I know my brother and sister loved A Christmas Story, and I just
Oh,
thought it was
I
silly.
never got into A Christmas Story.
It's
With
not
Peter
funny
Billingsley.
to me. Yeah, it's just not funny. And
People
Darren
love
McGavin
it.
is
Yeah, and the other movie though people love is Elf, which I do like.
Okay,
Elf.
you like
Because
Elf.
Bob
and I don't.
Newhart and Will
Give me
Ferrell.
Die Hard, right?
All right,
Okay.
well, there's enough to go around.
All right, so we've got my top 5 way over your top 5, but that's
Right,
okay.
according to
You're learning, and I
Yeah.
think you'll come around if we do this again
No,
next
I
year. I think your list will look a whole lot like
No, I
mine,
won't.
because these are the movies we consistently watch.